Hi, my name is Katerina Bella Romanach, and today we will be discussing the mysterious disappearance of Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon. Here they are pictured while on a hiking trail in Panama. Unfortunately, they would never be seen again. Now, who are these two beautiful young victims? Well, like I said, their names are Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon. It is important to remember these victims' names. The two young women were from the Netherlands. Kris was 21 years old and Lisanne was 22 at the time of their disappearance. They were both students at Radboud University in the Netherlands and were close friends. They were described as adventurous and experienced travelers, which makes this case even more weird. On March 15th, 2014, the two girls began their 6-week backpacking trip through Central America. They toured Panama for 2 weeks before going to Boquete, a small town in Panama's Chiriquí province known for its stunning natural beauty and amazing hiking trails, which they were there to take advantage of. On April 1st, Kris and Lisanne went hiking on the Pianista Trail, a popular but challenging hiking route near Boquete. They were last seen around 1 p.m. that day, according to witnesses who saw them on the trail. Unfortunately, they never returned home. Despite extensive search efforts by local authorities, Panamanian officials, and Dutch officials, no trace of the young woman were to be found until about 2 months later, which is very unfortunate. On June 14th, 2014, a backpack belonging to the woman was discovered off of the trail. It is said to have contained two sunglasses, a water bottle, in addition to Froon's passport, a camera, phones belonging to the two young women, and $83 in cash. Soon after, their bodies were discovered and identified. Now, that is a detailed overview of the case. Let's get into the bias surrounding the case, and if there really was any. In my opinion, the media played a significant role in this case in regards to raising awareness. Extensive media coverage helped bring international attention to the disappearance of Kris and Lisanne, and it put pressure on Panamanian authorities to allocate resources to the search efforts. It also served as a platform for the families of the victims to share information and appeal for help. People believe, however, that there is bias in this case due to the speculation surrounding it. Many people speculated that foul play was involved or criminal involvement in regards to the gangs and police of that area. However, that is simply speculation and happens in practically every single case. People on social media simply tweet out their theories, and in my opinion, that necessarily isn't bias. Furthermore, this attention, the media, it put pressure on the authorities to release updates about the case, and like I said, to allocate funds to the search efforts. Regardless, their phone usage was in question at the time. So the girls had their phones on them while on this hiking venture, and their last call activity was April 3rd. They attempted to call authorities multiple times, however, none of them went through, with the exception of one phone call, which lasted about 2 seconds, I believe. The girls' phones were turned off and on up until April 11th, and many people speculated that the girls were alive up until April 11th or April 3rd. This is where the theories come in. From April 1st to April 3rd, I'm just rehashing this to visualize the timeline. They called authorities. However, after April 3rd, their phone was simply turned off and on, and a password was never inputted, or if a password was inputted, it was incorrect, which is a bit strange. Their camera, the camera that was found in the backpack, caused a lot of controversy because a lot of images were found on there that were very strange. So the girls have been said to have taken photos on their camera and maybe essentially used it as a source of light as well as their telephones, which is why they may have been turning it off and on. But this image was taken from their camera, and we're not sure why they took these photos. Maybe they were lost, they were using it for light, like I said, or just to see their surroundings in general, and so they were taking photos of the environment. Another photo was found on the camera here, which appears to be Kris Kremers due to the blonde hair. And if you look really closely, it's hard to tell, but people believed that blood was found in this general area and was taken by Lisanne to see if an injury had occurred. However, besides that, not much else is really known. The bones were found of the women, and Froon's had skin, which meant it was fresh. However, Kremers had seemed to have been bleached. Her bones were said to have been bleached because of the condition. However, people say that it may have been natural due to the elements of the environment, which was very hot, and that can cause the appearance of bleached bones. However, besides that, no one truly knows what happened to the girls, unfortunately. There is a bit of controversy, as I said, surrounding the camera as a result of the photographs that were taken, as well as the deletion of some images. The camera is said to have traces of deleted files during that time period that they were missing, which is very strange. We're not sure if Panamanian officials were said to have deleted them. We're not sure why this exactly happened. People have theorized that the weather may have affected the camera, and a couple of images were deleted from the camera, just simply disappeared into thin air. However, we're not really sure. And the strange data usage, as well as the camera, have left many in confusion, as well as officials, because there isn't a solid answer. Their bodies were found, like I mentioned, but besides that, that's all there really is in regards to answers. The case is still unsolved, technically. The girls could have disappeared in the jungle, lost their way, injured themselves, and died in the forest, in the jungle. Or, like the speculation, like the rumors, it could have been foul play. However, no one truly knows because there is no evidence to support that. Unfortunately, it's been 10 years since the disappearance of these girls and the tragic deaths of them. I was aware of this case prior to this assignment, and I would like to thank the media because of that. The media, like I said, was positive in every aspect, and I had the ability to witness this firsthand when it took place. I remember it was all over the news. But like I mentioned, it's generally just a very sad case with no answers, really. But this is a case many have seen, and it's truly tragic. That's all I can really say. But I do hope that eventually an answer will be found. As for all the cases that were included in this assignment, it's all very sad, it's all very tragic, and it brings tears to my eyes. So I had the pleasure of discussing this case. I would like to thank the professor, for choosing this case for me, and I really enjoyed the semester. I am a true crime buff. My favorite podcast happens to be Morbid. You should check it out if you haven't already. But yes, again, thank you I appreciated this semester, and this case is overwhelmingly sad. I must have said it 10 times, but I have tears forming in my eyes. But thank you again.